And let's start the second video with Zubek Gallery. You know, Pet Subc is a Czech artist and he has a gallery for tribal art in Düsseldorf. And he has the eye of an artist. You know, it's not this very fine, but they're mostly very expressive works and good works. And you know, I think I think the last year he was the first time, or 2 years ago, he was the first time in Paris, and he frightened some people. I think they don't because because of the style he likes. But now he's not frightened them anymore. They come in his gallery and even buy things. So I love this style. This is with yoga, for example. I love this style very, very much. Yeah. Peter Zubek things. And he had 2 floors. This is the basement. And then he's up. This is an awesome lobby sculpture, like Bremer Stadtmusikanten, if you know it. And he's a Luena, which is created from Ex-Diamondstein. And in the back, you know, someone wrote me he wants to see more ceramics. And here in the back, here are more ceramics. Fantastic, awesome, old ceramics. And really old things. So if you like ceramics, you will enjoy them. Here's an awesome Ibu and other objects as well, like lobby. Franck Marcelin, he has always, I think, 2 things. North America, and he has mostly Papua New Guinea. And for both, he has great things. I think he's always one of the best dealers in Paris. Yeah. For example, this animal, it's so fantastic from Papua New Guinea. Wow, this is something I would like to have at home. Yeah, if you want to do a present from me, do it with this one. So once again, here's Tolai. For example, we will have more Tolai at Michael Woerner, but here's Tolai, and his Papua New Guinea section is always Franck. And here's North American, you know, in its Native Americans and nice things and small things and very expressive masks. And I like this style too. I don't collect Northern America. I don't collect Inuit, but these are awesome masks. Look at this. Here's smiling once again from the Inuit. Here's Inuit, and this is one of the strongest masks I saw. The Parcours from North America. So this was great things that Marcelin showed us. And once again here, some Papua New Guinea in his. This is how it should be. Object from there, from Franck Marcelin. Yes, hey cameraman, focus, which I really liked a lot of. Here's in Corva, not to Corva, sorry, not Corva, forget it, it's from Fidji's, sorry. Ferrandin has always very interesting items like the Senofu, and he has had a mix of, for example, Japan, Asia things and Africa. And this is a strong object, and here's Ninkizi, of course. And from the Congo, and here's more Congo, and here. You know, this point, I'm running there with my camera, and I try to comment it. But this is, yeah, it's a nice object. Ferrandin has great quality, like here, this is a cameraman, focus, yeah. Like this ballet, of course. Ballet, so here's Middle Africa, Western Africa, and Ferrandin. This is a Corva. Sorry, I was talking blah blah blah. This, of course, is a very interesting good Corva. Here's a little more from Oceanic. It's a Malangan mask, of course, from New Ireland. Yeah, you see, it's a nice one. Here's from Gabon. Yes, it's a Fang, and this is strong. Yeah, he has strong items. He even has Inuit in the back. You see the cameraman. And this is Japan, one of my favorites. Once again, it's not tribal art, but it's a great object from Japan. Here's my Ori. So you see his mix and high quality mix. Dalton Somaré from Milane. They have always very classical items, very classical good things, and they're often joining the big fairs. For example, they're on the Brava, for example. And here, yeah, the Nias. It's a nice object from the Nias. Once again, this is very classical. You don't see shocking objects, but you see, of course, quotas. Yeah, everybody loved to see quotas. Utzon-Frank is always here to have for surprises, and this is a surprise. This is great. I think it's Inuit. Great things you see. He often has things that you don't see anywhere else. That's the point. And yeah, this is a good songware, of course, but you know, the Inuit things at the beginning, whoa, amazing. Here, Inuit once again, and this is a whalebone, you know, whalebone, all things, Papua New Guinea. So it's a mix here. What he has is the Danish, he has African as well, like the Yorubas, but Utzon-Frank, always interesting, good things. Here, once again, what it is, it's great. It's absolute great. This is typical Utzon-Frank objects you don't see so often in other galleries. The Grunne, one of the old fantastic things. And here, look at this in Kizzy. It's in Kizzy, but for me it's a mix from the Kizzy and Mummy Water. I never saw it like this. It was ex-Udo Horstmann. This in Kizzy Mummy Water was one of my absolute favorites on this parcours, because it was so strange. You can tell me that you know this kind of object. Of course I know Kizzies and Mummy Waters and water spirits from there, from the Congo. I did not know this. So for me this was an amazing point from De Grunne. De Grunne, one of the big dealers in this area, the biggest area. Flak, Galerie Flak, vis-a-vis with Crosby Studios. Some objects here from Flak, and here's the cameraman, and once again with his camera. Here's his things from Papua New Guinea. He had objects from North America. He had objects from Oceanic. Here the Malagans. Always interesting. He always has, for example, Cachinas, which I did not film this time. Woerner, he made the exhibition together with Dirkin, but Dirkin don't want that I show his pieces, so you only see Woerner pieces like this Yukon. This is an all awesome Yukon how it should be. Woerner had really, I think that the banger, really bangers. Yeah, I think the point, it's called bangers. And this is one of them, this Yukon object, which is amazing. How you see here the eyes. Wow. And this is not a boli, this is a stone from Sulawesi in prehistoric buffalo. Wow, it was just a wow. Tolai, told you once again, Tolai from New Britain. And but once again, this buffalo from Sulawesi, it was so strong. Yeah, Korva. And so Woerner, this is only the Woerner sections, not the Dirking sections. Madagascar, Woerner has high quality, and this is one of my favorites. Another of my favorites from the Dayak. Look at the looks. Here, Pan. This is Ratton. Here's comps. Promise you, there will be 2 more galleries after this one. So if you don't like comps, please stay tuned. But this was amazing. More here, I think there were 2 rooms. One room was Akan and Ghana. Comes like, isn't it awesome? I think you should watch them on a big screen, on a TV screen, whatever, not on the smartphone. So you see the details. The details were great. So I think it's very, to show only comps on the Parcours du Monde, which is the most important fair for most of the gallerists, is is something. And he shows them, cameraman is walking, and more comes, but I promise you will see some better, and here was a little farce, but there were so many. Some of them remind me on objects from Egypt, but of course they were not. It's the cameraman. Yeah, it was too much for him, all those comps. Some more, but nice ones, of course. And this is on the Parcours du Monde. I think, yeah, isn't it awesome? Isn't it great? Isn't it? Yeah. I don't know whether they're kissing these 2 birds. A laugh symbol could be the same in Europe. Such laugh symbols, with 2 birds. And here's once again, which reminds me on pharaohs. This, I guess, is Bauli. So, yeah, this was the first room once again. Isn't it awesome? Great. It is. So if you want to see a comp and buy a comp, ask Luca Ratton. Adrian Schlag, the German dealer, always amazing shows. Here's, I guess, a Diag, very old Diag. I do love this old Diag fragments. This is a very strong Songa, of course. But you know, this Diag fragments, and he had 2 more of them. So this is a few into his exhibition. And his Diag, I love this point. And don't know whether the French or Belgian collectors do love this kind of style, because it's very, you know, so expressive. This is art, you know, just the fragmentary way. It's art. It's wow, power. Yeah, it's not made fine. It's power. This is more power and fine, of course. This Bowley, which is very nice from also our views, and yeah, some more things. Hey, Schlag always has good items. Point. He is one of the best in each Parcours du Monde, and this time it was like all the time. He's a very good lobby. Of course, there are not so many lobby friends in the moment, but of course. But once again, this is a great show by Adrian, and Dogon is, or Talon. Let's say it's a Talon. Yeah, whatever it is, it's Talon. And the last is Castellano, which has all interesting objects, very classical things like this hammer. So now I think there were 26 galleries which I showed you in these two videos, and I think there have been 80 galleries there. So I only have filmed 30% of them, but I think you saw some of the highlights from there, and very classical Cinovo bird. And yeah, I enjoyed it very much, this time. And let's see the last Castellano objects. Very classical style, like this Dan mask here or Dan mask there. So, and yeah, at the end, like my video, hype my videos, new thing. Let's hype it, and maybe look once again at the first video or other videos I do have, and subscribe it, whatever. But see you next time, and yeah, ending with this great tell him with the hands up, and this is, I guess, Dogon, should be Dogon. Okay, and yeah, what else? See you maybe at the Brafa next time, or at the thematic auction in November.